Hey there, in this tutorial I want to show you 5 useful features that FL Studio has that you probably might not know, or if you're new to FL Studio, these 5 features will surely help make your workflow a lot easier. So the first feature is the backup feature in FL Studio. FL Studio's backup feature is so comprehensive. So if, let's say you're working on a project or you didn't get to save it properly before you closed or shut down your PC or your project, just come to File, go to the project folder, click Open, and wherever the project folder is, there's a backup folder attached to every project you create, so you can see so many versions of the project at different times. It even has the time code next to it so that you know exactly which one or what step you are at before making that change. So you can easily revert. For example, if I just double click this, it's going to load up the project easily. But remember, you have to save and overwrite your current project so that it doesn't stay or remain as a backup file. Okay, so when it's done loading, you can see right here. But when I press Ctrl S or Command S on Mac, it's going to ask me to save. So you can just save it with the current project name, but make sure you leave the backup folder, come to the main project folder, and then you can save it whatever name, second copy or whatever copy. Okay, and you can click save, and now you can keep going on with your project, and it's still going to be saved in the project backup. Even if you continue with this second copy, it's still going to create multiple copies in the backup folder. So the second feature that makes FL Studio really easy to use is the scale assist feature. That is this button right here, snap to scale. So if I click this button right here, it's going to snap to my current scale. So what this does is that it prevents you from hitting the wrong note when you're trying to create a chord or a melody. For example, if I turn it off, I'm trying to create a chord. You know, the common formula for creating a chord is 1, 3, 5. So for example, if I click this and I'm trying to make a chord progression 1, 2, 3, right? Let's say this, but I mistakenly click this, right? It's not going to allow me click this wrong note. So let me turn it on and I click this. You can see I can't go into it. I'm only stuck to the notes that are relevant to that scale, which is currently C major. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And why this is also important again is, let's say I don't like this chord. I can, while holding shift, I can come down and I'll still be locked in the chord. So I can move from do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, you know, all across without having the wrong notes being hit. So for example, if I turn it off, watch what will happen. You can see the wrong notes are being hit, right? So if I bring it back down and I turn it back on, you can see easy peasy, staying within key at all time. Really easy to use. And if you want to make a chord progression, it's very easy. Just make sure it's on. Take this, multiply this 4 times, and then you can just move them around till you find a progression you like. Easy peasy. Now I have a chord progression. It also works if you have 7s or 9s. So for example, if I have 7s, 5, 6, 7, and I duplicate this, so you can see it's going to stay within scale at all times. Okay, so the third feature that FL Studio also has is how you can easily switch between scales. For example, if I want to move from C major to any other key, all I have to do is just come right here, or before all I have to do is come right here, then come to view, then come to scale highlighting, then I'll select this C, then it's going to go back and come back here again, scale highlighting, then come and then select the scale I want, so which is stressful. But now with FL Studio's latest updates, I can just come to this snap to scale icon, right click, and then select the scale, but do not left click it. Let's say I want to go to F major, I can right click F, then right click major. I'm there. Or if I want to go to F minor natural, I can come click, right click F, then come down to minor natural. You see, if you observe, the dark and the light gray lines are shifting. Let me click a different key. You should see the way they move, they reorganize themselves. You can see that, right? So they stay it stays on screen for you to make your correct selection, okay, instead of going back and forth too many times. So let's say I want to go on D major for it. I don't even know how to play on D major, but now with scale assist on as well, I can just click on D. Then see, now I'm on 135, and then I can create a progression. And I do not even know how to play on D major. So it's really easy to use and makes life a lot better. So before we go further, I want to let you know that I do have my course on how to make beats, how to record, and how to mix and master. You can get them from the link in the description below. You'll see the different courses that you can take, self-paced, downloadable as well, that will help you learn how to make beats, Afro beats, you learn how to mix and master professionally from start to finish, and even how to record vocals as well. So if you're interested in that, you can get it with the link, it's in the description. Now let's get back to the lesson. So the fourth feature that FL Studio has is its inbuilt stem separation tool. The reason why the stem separation tool is so important is that it does it right in the software without any third party, and also makes learning easy for you. So how do you use the stem separation tool? It's pretty simple. Just come to this edge right here of the clip, click the drop down, then come to this right here, the right hand side, and click extract stems from sample, and you can select what you want. Do you want drums? Do you want instruments? Do you want bass, vocals, or you just want one of it? Okay, but let's split all. Remember, the more you select, typically the more time it take for it to extract. So I'll just click extract, and it's going to process. And also, the faster your CPU, the shorter the time it will take. All right, so after it's done separating, this is how it sounds. This is the original song. Then this is the drums. Then this is the bass. Then this is the instruments, the melodies. And then the vocals. Anything you say, baby. So this is why this is so helpful, is that aside from making remixes, is if you're learning, you get to understand the components behind a lot of songs. For example, when you hear the drums, you can hear just the drums of that song and know how to arrange your drums to sound just like that or as good as that. And you can hear how the melodies are layered in, let's say, the verse, the chorus, and even the outro and different parts of the song, really. And also down to the vocals, you can also hear in detail how the vocal sounds stacked, just the vocals alone, where they did the harmonies, where they did, the choirs, and just the lead vocals playing. It also helps teach you a lot about arrangement. So that is why this feature is super helpful and it's important if you are making music in FL Studio. Another tool which is really helpful in FL Studio, whether you're a beginner or you're making beats for a long time, is the mastering tool. And the reason why this mastering tool is so helpful is you don't have to spend a lot of time using different plugins to try to make your work, your song, or your beats loud. You can just do that in a few clicks. Just load up your beats, the unmastered version, of course. Then come to these options right here, the options tab. That's come to the tools, then come to mastering. So my beats, then export type, you can see it's in song mode right now. Then enable master with effects, enable master with insert effects. That's if you have any effects running on the song, you can turn them on. Then quality, we want the highest quality right here. And then extra data, do you want any extra data, tempo information? Yes, we may want that so that we'll move it to other softwares. We may see the tempo, so all these other ones may not be important. Then you can also adjust, this is where it really gets interesting. You can adjust the mastering, that's the loudness. You can see loudness minus line LUFS. Okay, you can change it really, to any LUFS. Basically, the smaller the number, or this number right here, the louder it becomes. All right, so let's take it to -8 LUFS, and then simply click start. So you just wait for it. So, and then you can even preview it. You can hear the difference, right? Then you can simply select, then you can just click show file, then this is where it's exported to, and then you can just save it to any place really. So this is the exported file type. So let me drag the exported version into FL. So this is the one I mastered. Let's see how it sounds. Really loud. And this is the one this FL Studio mastered. Really loud. The one from FL Studio sounds a lot brighter, while the one I did sounds a bit darker. So it's sometimes about preference, but still, it's still a very good mastering tool that can help make your beats or your song really loud and without clipping. It doesn't clip. I've used it a couple of times and it never clips. So if you found this helpful, hit the like button down below and subscribe for more tutorials, tips, and tricks. I remain Sir Classy. This is SCTuts. See you soon. Cheers.